Hi, Queens. How are you? How are you? I pray that your day is has been fantastic, and I pray that you have gotten everything that you want and have fulfilled your purpose today. I pray that your day has been full of miracles and God's favor. I am on here just getting my feet wet because I haven't been on here a while. I did go on yesterday, and as far as voice wise, I think I did good. So I'm just on here getting my feet wet and just getting comfortable again and being on here. And of course, guys, I missed you guys, so I am on here. Um, guess what? My voice seemed to be doing pretty good today. However, I feel like I have coughed up a whole lung. No joke. I feel like I have coughed up a whole lung. I've been coughing all day, but I did go to the doctor. If you guys were on my last live, I came home and I was on a live with you guys and realized that I didn't go get my prescription. So I had to go back and get my prescription. I did go get it. And someone turned me on to Mucinex. So I went and got me some Mucinex. Excuse me, and it's supposed to be long long releasing long whatever. So we on that, and yeah. So we doing good, guys. I am doing good. I am doing fine. Um yeah, this has been a whole journey. So most of you guys know I got COVID, and yesterday when I went to the hospital, they told me that I'm suffering from the residual of COVID. Hi, lovely Cherokee. It's good to see you too. Now listen, if you wonder why you haven't heard from me, it's because I had caught COVID. So yeah, that's what was going on. But it is good to see you. And so I'm suffering from the residual of COVID, guys. But all in all, we're doing good. We're going back to we've been back to work. We started back last week, and I'm looking forward to going to work. Back to work this week. Y'all just pray I get energy. They did give me some energies. Oh, how's Sheila? She's doing okay. I asked her if she wanted to come on tonight, but she said she was tired. Of course she works, so she said maybe tomorrow. She'll get on here, and say hello to you guys too. I know she misses being on here as well. Um, we're gonna do. Excuse me. Now I bit the inside of my mouth. Just me doing that, I bit the inside of my mouth chewing ice. Anybody know me? Know I go through ice like it's air. Go through a bag of ice. I should have went out and got me some more ice because I'm like almost gone. So I need another bag of ice to re up. So we'll see. But I ain't making that trip tonight. But I bit my jaw chewing on ice. Okay, so tonight we're gonna do some hot topics. And I am going to announce my new adventure that I'm going to be doing. I am super excited about this adventure. This is me pushing myself in this new adventure. This is me saying, get off the bench and get in the game. So this is me doing this, and I know that you guys are going to support. I saw that in your video and left a comment on replay. I'll go back and watch it. Hi, nephew. Hey, boy, stop capping. How are you? How are you? I pray and send nothing but miracles your way. You and lovely boy star captain. I send nothing but miracle and joy your way. I am feeling much better, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you for supporting. Super excited to be back. Amongst those that are just living life, right? Yeah, so I'm doing good. So tonight, it's nothing heavy or anything like that. We're just gonna do a couple of hot topics that I was planning on doing before I got sick. I don't have video, guys. Normally I try to do it real nice for you guys and have video and stuff like that. I simply just didn't have the energy nor the will to download all that, and put it together. So y'all forgive me tonight, because normally I try to put the package together for you guys just so it can be entertaining. So we're gonna talk about three topics, and then I'm gonna share my big adventure, okay? How CMA, I haven't been getting notifications for some reason. I don't know. You might want to reach out to him. Sometimes if you go to their channel and unsubscribe and then resubscribe, then click the bell again, then you will be able to get notification. I don't know, honey. I can't tell you. I don't know. You have to go to his channel, okay? Um so I'm gonna do the 3 hot topics, and then I am going to share my big adventure. Hopefully you guys will support. Okay. All right, guys, but you know what I'm about to do. We're gonna pause for the cause, and the cause is support. Check this out. Check it out.
I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone who believes in something greater than themselves. The time is now to simply believe.
I believe in something greater than yourself. And of course, you know, for me, it is the Lord. Whatever you decide you want to do in life, believe in it. If it's yourself, believing in yourself, do that. It is imperative that you be your number one fan. Be your own fan, right? I'm my own fan. Okay. What you say, lovely? Okay, I sure will, honey. I didn't receive your no. I don't know what's going on, but that does happen, because I hear that a lot. That I didn't get your notification. I didn't get your notification. I've heard that a lot. I don't know. Sometimes YouTube works, sometimes it don't. I have no idea. I don't know, sweetie pie. Excuse me. Fun fact: I also have GERD, and I had some Popeye's chicken. I talked about that Popeye's chicken yesterday, and thanks to Regina Stokes, I got it. Uh, she supported my addiction, which is Popeye's chicken and ice. And I went and got me some Popeye's chicken. And guess what? I got some today too. I'm not going to lie. I'm not ashamed. I went to Popeye's and got me some more. And I got some of that new shrimp that they got that they done rolled off in cornmeal, which should be a sin and against the law, because I ate some of that. I did. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was good. Oh my God. I'm not gonna get no more. I think I got my fill though. Okay, guys. So the first story that we're going to get into is the R. Kelly update. It's the R. Kelly update. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. You know what we try to do over here. But if we do, we do. If we don't, we don't. I ain't gonna trip. It's all about, you know, making connections and supporting each other, right? This is what I like to do. Communicate. I'm a communicator, all right. But we would love to be monetized. So if you guys want to subscribe, tell your friends to subscribe to my channel. Of course, I do the same. Listen, guys, this is what I want to do. Everybody that's on here that's watching, I am a supporter. Drop your link to your channel so people can come back maybe on a replay and subscribe to your channel as well. I don't mind that type of stuff. Hey, if you're going through something and you need something, drop your Cash App. You never know who may be a blessing to you. Do that in my chat. Go ahead and do it right now, because we are supporters to one another. I don't get off by, oh, I don't want you dropping your stuff in my chat. I don't care, because guess what? Some of you guys have been supporters of me and have blessed me, and I want somebody to support and bless you, and I plan on doing the same too as well, right? So drop your link. Boy, stop capping. Drop your link. Lovely Cherokee, drop your link. Whoever else is in here, drop your link in the chat. Now, I know you guys can do that, right? You can do that. And then also, hey, drop your Cash App. I ain't tripping. You know, it's enough room for everybody out here, right? It's enough room for everybody out here, right? We're helpers one to another. Okay, so R. Kelly's story. So as you know, he was on trial for a while for they're saying for a lot of things. They tried to get him on a RICO. He was sentenced for 30 years. He also had another case, right? Yes, thank you, lovely. He also had another case that he's just now started his trial in Chicago, I want to say. And if I'm wrong, you guys correct me. I didn't do a whole lot of digging for this one, because I had already covered this story. If you go back, you can watch my show I did on R. Kelly, and I went from the beginning all the way up to his present day. But the update to the story is that Jocelyn Savage, the only remaining girlfriend that's still holding him down and still with him, has wrote a book, and in that book she claims she was pregnant in that book. Now, the first thing that really kind of took me back was, you're claiming that you're pregnant in the book. When did you write the book? Because if the book is just coming out, you probably should be showing by now, and you should have probably already had the baby. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you, lovely. I said drop y'all cash apps. You know what I'm saying? Your link to your show, your stuff. Y'all do that, okay? And so she claimed she was pregnant. And it was the first thing that came out was that she was engaged to R. Kelly. Then a story broke and said that she was pregnant. Now I'm going to read you this article that came out August the 13th by Paul Miera. And this particular article, if you want to go to it, I went to BET.com and got this information. Shout out to them. And I'm going to read you his response. This is R. Kelly responding to the allegations that Jocelyn Savage is now pregnant by him and that they are having a child together. Okay, it says Jocelyn Savage recently dropped a bombshell, claiming in her upcoming memoirs that she is pregnant with R. Kelly's child. Okay, that assertion is being disputed by Kelly's legal team. Kelly is saying, I am not the father. I did not touch that girl. And I'm thinking, because he's been in jail for a minute and she's not his wife. So I don't know if they would approve conjugal, am I saying that right? Visits. Now, I don't know what the stipulations is now. If somebody out there know what the stipulations is, y'all please let me know for conjugal visits. But I don't know. I think you have to be married to this individual, right? I'm not for sure. But the first thing off rip is they want to let you know that I'm not the father. Okay. Excuse me, I'm gonna be coughing periodically. It says that he's to be disputed. Kelly's legal team disputed this claim. Jennifer Bonjean says Savage is certainly not pregnant with R. Kelly's child, adding that her book is not a tell-all memoir, and that people are just insane. Now, I don't know if she's saying the public is insane. Hey, Chubbs. Some states are different. Some states are different. Okay, lovely. Hey, Chubbs. How are you, sweetie pie? I send nothing but miracles and love your way. Thank you so much for your support. You and Regina Stokes. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Chubbs, this is what I'm doing tonight. Everybody is dropping their cash app in the chat. Or if you just want to drop the link to your show, drop it in the chat. We're supporting each other tonight, okay? I'm not going to hold y'all long. I'm just going to cover a couple of hot topics, and then I'm going to share my new big adventure that I'm getting ready to do, okay? So right now we're talking about R. Kelly, Chubbs, okay? Y'all, excuse me. This long COVID is something else, but we're going to push through tonight, right? Okay. So Jennifer Bonjean says Savage is certainly not pregnant with R. Kelly's child, adding that her book is not a tell-all memoir and that people are just insane. Okay. In her upcoming book, Savage claims that she's several months pregnant, right? And learned that she was expecting after Kelly sent her an engagement ring. Now, where did he get this ring? Did his legal team send it to her? Because he for sure didn't buy it. Did somebody in jail make it for him? I'm now that's me just being silly, but I'm just saying they say he sent her an engagement ring. Okay. Okay. So she's several months pregnant and learned that she was expecting after Kelly sent her an engagement ring. She says Kelly is extremely excited about the news, but wishes he could be there for the birth of the rumored child. But his legal team is disputing that she's pregnant by him. So it's a contradiction somewhere. I don't know. Okay. It says that Savage never explained how she conceived the child. Um, Considering Kelly has been in prison for over a year. And that's what I said. Like, when did she get pregnant? And if she was pregnant, in these memoirs, and she's saying that she was pregnant when she wrote the book. When did she write the book? And she should be showing, and she should have already had a child by now, right? I'm not getting that. Yeah, R. Kelly stay in the news, and he's in jail, but he got a new case coming up in Chicago. All right. Um. So that said, Savage never explained how she conceived a child. Considering Kelly has been in prison for a year, a lawyer for Savage parents told TMZ that they're still processing the news and aren't willing to comment at this time. At this point, the parents just need to stay out of it, because at this point, this child, she's not a child anymore. She's a grown woman. And she's made her decision to stay with this man. And there's really nothing they can do but pray for her. You know what I'm saying? Because clearly she don't got no boundaries holding her, unless his people are so dedicated that they just keeping a hold on her. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She's lying. He's still lying. Yeah. Oh, he's still flying. I believe I can fly. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But she should have been had this baby. Additionally, the Savage referred to excuse me. Additionally, Savage referred to Azriel Clary, one of Kelly's other living girlfriends, as the other girl, saying she became bipolar and eventually smeared my name all over social media after returning to her family, which had nothing to do with the story. But I don't know what they got against the Clary family, but I noticed that back and forth with her, and the father actually was going back and forth with Azriel. Jocelyn's father actually was going back and forth with Azriel, which really seemed to me was really made me look at his character a little bit different, because here you got a grown man going back with a child. In the beginning, she was still young. You know what I'm saying? Someone that way younger than her. Why are you taking the time to go back and forth with this woman when her and your daughter was in a situation where they were being trafficked and they were away from you, apparently kidnapped away from you for all these years? You should be concerned about your daughter, not going back and forth with the young girl that's going through the same thing that your daughter is going through. I didn't get that. That made me seem he's a little bit petty and just wanted to be in the media, because it didn't make no sense to keep going back and forth like that. But he did. Okay, again, if you want to read more about this story, you can go to BET.com. Again, the lawyers have totally denied and said, now R. Kelly, I don't know if these people are speaking on R. Kelly's behalf, but they have came out and said that he is not the father of her child. They haven't even really spoke towards the engagement, to be honest. I'll have to go back and dig. And if anybody's seen anything about that, put it in the chat, in the replay, or you can put it in now. But I ain't even hear where he acknowledged being engaged with her. You know what I'm saying? At this point, he's never getting out. If he get out, the justice system has failed. If he get out, then we need to reevaluate what's really going on. If this man get out of jail, it will be a stone cold miracle for real, right? Right. Okay. All right. So we moving on to the next story. Let's go. And while we're doing that, I am going to go ahead and pause for the cause and the cause of support. Okay, guys, check this out.
Amazon author Clayleen Woods has a passion for children's literature. Check out her newest book, Fly at Bumblebee High. It's a story about differences and how to just get along.
All right, Fly at Bumblebee High. You already know that is a book about inclusion, making your child feel comfortable on their first day of school. Y'all, please forgive me. It is a book on inclusion and how your child may not look like everybody else. Your child may have a disability. Your child may be suffering from special needs. Your child, hey, right now, how are you? I send nothing but blessings and miracles your way. Your child may be going through or may be scared that, will he be able to make friends in his new environment. And so Fly at Bumblebee High is on Amazon. You can purchase it right now. Support, support, support. Of course, I got tons of books addressing different needs. And I'll try to play that video. Guys, y'all bear with me for a minute because I'm gonna pull it up right quick. Check it out. Amazon author Clayleen Woods has supplied all of your literary needs on Amazon, whether you are an individual, a woman that suffers from depression or low self-esteem, or if you are a little one that looks like us that may be experiencing bullying at school, or you just don't feel like you fit in. She has the book for you that will give you the pick you up that you need. You are beautiful, you are special, and you are valued. And just in case your family or society have not told you, she has took on the burden, not even the burden, but the cause to tell you that you are beautiful. You are exceptional. You are phenomenal. Check. All right, guys. Check out those books. Those are just some of the books that I have on Amazon right now. You can get it right now. All right. Listen, the next story that I'm going to be talking about, and everybody's been talking about, the story is kind of warm. It ain't hot as it was, but we still going to cover it. And that's the flashy Brooklyn preacher that got robbed for what they claim $1 million in jewelry at his church. I had all this stuff, like I was gonna do the video things and all that stuff, but you guys have already seen it. I'm quite sure you have. And he has come under some scrutiny. So this particular article is coming from the Mogul Nation. Shout out to them. This is where I got this article from. Now I did see some footage and video just of his everyday life, and it is extreme. Now, oh, thank you, lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you. When I was doing my research for this story, I pulled up just some footage of him, his everyday life. There's nothing wrong. I'm gonna say this. There's nothing wrong with being flashy. There's nothing wrong with being flashy. If you're flashy, just like that uncle that come to the dinner, the barbecue all the time, and they got on the medallions and stuff like that, that's their personality. Now, I do think there's something wrong with modesty. The Bible says, speaks of us being in modest apparel. That don't mean you got to be walking around in a sheet. That don't mean you got to be walking around looking dry and homeless. You know, you have some spice to yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with looking good. He's into a lot of jewelry and a lot of name brand, fancy designer cars and design. Some stuff I was just thinking like, okay, this is over the top. He is flashy. Okay, I'm saying there's nothing wrong with being flashy, but there is a limit, I feel, because in this day and age, you are going to draw attention. And there's a lot of people out there that's suffering that don't have, that say, hey, they got that mentality like, I'm the stick 'em up person. I'm going to stick you up because you're not going to miss it anyway because you got so much. And not only that, you have let us know that you got so much. And sometimes when people see people like that, they get jealous, especially people who ain't got nothing to lose in life. And their mentality is a life of crime. They are in the life of crime, and this is what they want to do. They have no problem with robbing nobody. This is what their lifestyle is about. This is what they do. I'm talking about those individuals, these people that are in gangs, that their livelihood depends on who they're going to stick up today. I'm talking about those individuals, those type of individuals. When they see people like that, they are a target to them, and they say, oh, we're going to get him. We're going to get some of that because they want it. That's the bottom line. It ain't no explaining or nothing like that. It ain't nothing about their childhood because we all came up with rough childhoods. And when you get grown, you make a decision: are you going to be a criminal or are you going to be a productive member of society? And some people have just chosen to be criminals. So when you come out here with Gucci logo from head to toe, and you come out here and you in the Belrose in Detroit. I mean, well, in Detroit, in New York, where his church is, and you out here, you need security. Yeah. What you say was 7 drip like gangster rappers. Yeah, was even drip like gangster rappers. And so he has even bragged and has said that he has mentored people in that lifestyle. And maybe God has called him to mentor people in that lifestyle. Or I would say mentor, I would say minister, because that's what we're supposed to be doing, not mentoring them. We're supposed to be ministering to them. Maybe he is in that surrounding because he has the cash flow to be in that type of surrounding and in that classification to minister to rappers. Maybe that's the demographic that he's around. Okay, but don't let that lifestyle influence you. I'ma still need you to understand that you are a minister, and this ain't bragging. This ain't saying that ministers gotta be walking around with robes and tamarines and stuff. That ain't what I'm saying. What I'm saying is make a logical decision. Have some deductive reasoning when you go out. That's what anybody. When I go out, I love designer purses. I got a couple of designer purses. I got a few designer purses. Sometimes I wear my crossover when I know I'm gonna be outside for a minute, so you won't easily be able to pull my big boys off my arm if I'm holding them on my arm. Do you understand? I like designer glasses. These ain't the only designer glasses that I have. I fell in love with these. That's why y'all always see me in these. But I got a couple of designer glasses. Sometimes I don't wear my glasses when I'm out 10 o'clock at night at the gas station. You just use common sense. I'm by myself. But this individual, he walks around with Gucci, Louis Vuitton interior cars, stuff like that. When you do that, and I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm not saying that you can't do it. But when you do it, know somebody want what you got. And think about the safety of the people that you're in the car with. You want to floss. But you better do what it takes to keep flossing. That means you walking around with strapped. You walking around with security close by you. And I watched the video, and that one boy, I don't know if he was an armor bearer or whoever he was sitting in that corner behind him, he turned into a statue. He was like this. Wait, no, I messed up because I blinked my eyes. He didn't blink his eyes. He was like this. He did not move. You hear me? That boy didn't move. I don't know if he thought that they was going to think he was part of the decorations. I don't know. But that brother did not move when they came in that church. He stood dead still. And they got him over $1 million worth of jewelry. What are you doing walking around with $1 million worth of jewelry? I don't want nobody to say that's his life. He can do that. You can do that. There's nothing wrong with you doing that. But if you're gonna walk around with a $1 million from jewelry, and I'm quite sure it's insured in them stipulations, I'm quite sure they're asking you what kind of security do you have in place. Just like the celebrities when they wear all that jewelry for the red carpet, don't you know that it's security that accompany them to watch the jewelry that they have been lended and are wearing? Do you understand? Beyonce and them ain't walking around bling blinging like that. Just no. Use some common sense. I'm gonna need everybody to use some common sense. Yeah, you like all this stuff, but be appropriate with it. Use some common sense. He did not use common sense, and them people came in, and then they went, "Where was your security at?" My church ain't no big church. We got security. It's a lot of people strapped in my church. Okay, you coming in, but you may not leave out. That's the bottom line. Okay? Use some, protect your people. You understand? Okay. So let's read what this article says about him. The criminal past of a flashy Brooklyn preacher is under scrutiny after being robbed at gunpoint over $1 million of jewelry in the middle of church service on July the 24th. You said somebody been watching him. You know who's been watching him, Raina? All of America has been watching him because he's on social media all of the time, flashing. You understand what I'm saying? If you on social media flashy every day. No, that's just like somebody incident happened here in Detroit a couple of years back. You know, this person had a bunch of money on them. They was flashing in a strip club. I mean, throwing dollars, flashing. They followed him home and robbed him. Had him, tied his children up. You understand what I'm saying? You got to be careful. You got to be careful what you're doing. Okay. Bishop Lamar Miller Whitehead, 44 years old, was in the middle of his sermon when 3 armed robbers stormed leaders of Tomorrow International Ministries in New York. The service was being live streamed. How many of you have lost your faith because you saw someone else die? Miller Whitehead said right before the robbers ensued. Okay, he can then be seen looking at someone say, all right, before putting his hands up and laying down to the ground. The robbers proceeded to take his jewelry from Miller Whitehead, his wife, possibly some of the church congregants, police told the New York Post, right? Step up and step out. Yep. Did they take anything else? Raina, come on. You know what's up. You know they've been watching him. They wanted the jewelry. For one, I seen them chairs. The chairs was nice. They was clear chairs. They could have got some of that. If it was a true robbery, now he claimed some of his members got robbed too. But they were so in and out. When they got that jewelry off that man, they left out of there. Why didn't they ask for the church offering? Why did they tell them to take them back to go get the money they wait for the church offering? Because they just wanted the jewelry. Maybe because the jewelry was insured. Anybody know game out there? Let's keep reading. Okay, dressed in a maroon suit with gold trimmed collar and sleeve cuff, Miller Whitehead was wearing at least 2 rings, a gold chain. At the time, he is known for being flashy with jewelry, clothes, and nice cars, including driving a Rolls Royce around town. You in New York riding around a Rolls Royce. Okay. All right. He took to Instagram shortly after the robbery to share his version of events in a video, which captioned, "Yes, they robbed me in church." He had enough energy. He had enough energy to go live and say, "Yes, they robbed me in church," and gave his account. What'd you say, Raina? Or he owed somebody some money. Right. They came and got it. All right. If somebody is robbing me, the first thing I'm going to be at is at the police station. Service is now over, and we're going to the police station. You won't see me on Instagram for a couple of days, because I want to make sure that my parishioners is okay and that the situation gets resolved and that we catch the people. I ain't got time to be sitting up doing interviews every other hour. But he did. He wasn't shaking. He was calm, collective. He didn't seem distressed. None of that. Okay? He says, when I saw them come into the sanctuary with their guns, I told everybody to get down. Whitehead said, I didn't know if someone wanted to shoot the church up or if they were just coming for a robbery. He also addressed those who criticize his luxury lifestyle. This is what he said. This is the rebuttal to people who say that he's too flashy. He says, I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, why are you so flashy? Miller Whitehead said, it's not me being flashy. It's all about me purchasing what I want to purchase. It's my prerogative to purchase what I want to purchase. If I work hard for it, I can purchase it. I can purchase what I want to purchase. The video had over 85,000 views at the time. Okay. So the rebuttal is what? What is the rebuttal? Raina says, yeah, I thought old money and church was saved. Right. So some people are saying not everyone is convinced Miller Whitehead is a man of integrity, something that he has staged robberies to gain more notoriety after going viral in May for his role in trying to negotiate a surrender of New York subway shooter. Yeah, he did. In May he negotiated a surrender. A guy was in the subway. It was a shooting. He was able to negotiate that. So to me, he likes to be in the media because he's taking all type of interviews. If I bet you, if I reached out to him, I probably could get an interview. It seemed like he wanted to be. He just doing all these interviews. He tried to do an interview with Larry Reed live. Shout out to him. And end up getting into it with him. And then it was like a whole back and forth with Larry Reed live. FBI was mentioned in the back and forth. It was just a big old thing. The article goes on and say, in detail, New York Times reported that some have been pointed to several fraud lawsuits and convictions that sent Miller Whitehead to prison for years as evidence he isn't the man of God he portrays himself to be. Okay? Uh-huh. Yeah, if you have enough money, right? Hey, Shawanda, I said nothing but miracles and blessings your way, sweetie pie. We are covering some hot topics. We have been talking about R. Kelly. We're now talking about the flashy preacher who got robbed. And then I'm going to share a big adventure that I'm getting ready to do. Okay? All right. So, a while back, he was accused of fraud. And he actually went to prison for fraud. Now he did a video saying that he has been exonerated for his trial because it was a technicality in the paperwork or whatever. And so it wasn't that they deemed him innocent. He got off by a technicality. So it says, in addition to being convicted of multiple counts of identity theft and fraud, several people have sued Miller Whitehead for duping them out of money in the past times. The Times reported, right? Okay. It says Julio Bragado Young told Times his father, Maximo Bragado Darman, was hoodwinked by Miller Whitehead, which is the preacher, in 2005. And I want you to listen really closely, okay? So, quote, if you loan me $200,000, Mr. Whitehead explained, I can pay you back in a month along with an extra $25,000, Miller Young said, according to the lawsuit. First of all, you giving this person $200,000, an extra $25,000 ain't gonna cut it. I'm gonna need a little bit more surplus. I'm gonna need a little bit more dividend. I'm gonna need a little bit more coming back to me than just $25,000. If I'm giving you $200,000, okay? Does that make sense, guys? You doing an investment and all you going to reap is $25,000, and you giving this person $200,000? Yeah, that don't make sense. But he sued him. He says then the mortgage, because Whitehead is a mortgage broker. The pastor's a mortgage. He owned a mortgage lending company. Then the mortgage broker Miller Whitehead successfully brokered a deal for Bragado Darman to purchase a Harlem brownstone, leading the older man to trust him. Okay. All right. Bragado Young said his father did secretly hoping to surprise his family upon getting the return, but never did. He never got the return. He never got the return from him. Okay. It was almost guaranteed he was going to make money on this, Bragado Young said of his father's logic. Addie Miller Whitehead was a disgusting human being. You can quote me on that. That's what he said. You can quote me on that. Okay? Listen, there's more. This incident was not an isolated one. The others have accused the flashy Brooklyn preacher of swindling them, including an older woman who said she loaned Miller Whitehead $90,000 from her retirement account. But he never fulfilled his promise to pay her back. The revelation about Miller Whitehead's past didn't go well with many in the public. That's what happens when you still play in the streets. At Black Pretty, comment under the Bishop's video in the Instagram. So the mentality still have the just to switch up another behavior. That's what's going on by taking everyone's money. Looking good, driving big cars. You might as well be a rapper. Since you're taking pictures like Puff Daddy, right? That's what people are. That was a comment that was underneath the post. Somebody called him a clown. Says the streets usually have respect for the church. Some other person said Miller Whitehead dismissed the criticism and said some of his accusers were lying. That's what the enemy wants you to believe. Miller Whitehead said everyone sues people. Now I did hear him explain that particular story of one of his parishioners in his church. Yeah, putting the congregation in harm's way. Absolutely. I did hear him explain one of the stories about the lending situation where he said that the person invested in him and giving him money. They did invest in him. There was a contract, and I think they had a limit on when they can pull the money back out or whatever. But for some reason, they it wasn't within the guidelines for them to get all of their money back. And so he upheld that contract that they signed with him. That's why you got to be so careful with contracts when you sign it with people, because sometimes people are trying to get money. They just trying to get money out of you. I would have told him to sow a seed of $1,000 like Joel Osteen to get that 25. I know that's right. So yeah, it sounds fishy to me. To be honest, this is my own personal opinion. This is not me coming down on the man at all, but my personal observation is that this man was doing an investment scam. He's been doing it for years. And I feel like this robbery was a setup. And all they got was jewelry. You know what I'm saying? That was assured, so he done got his money back. If the feds don't get involved and find out that this was a some type of joke, you know what I'm saying, or some type of fraudulent thing, he got his money back. You know what I'm saying? And he good. But yeah, this is not what ministers do. Okay, this is not what we do. All right. So that was that story. We got one more story. And that's the Juanita Bynum story. For those who don't know who Juanita Bynum is, she's a popular minister. She came out, she was launched on social media and in the public when she came out with that sermon, No More Sheets, years and years and years ago. And so she has been criticized a lot in the public, okay? So we're going to cover that story last, and then I'm going to share my new adventure. But before we go, check this out. Check it out.
I Believe is a lifestyle brand for anyone who believes in something greater than themselves. The time is now to simply believe.
Believe in something greater than yourself. All right. I believe Dennis Gregory. You can find him on Facebook. You can find him on social media. His website is in the video. Check him out. Yeah, he was an amazing gift of gab. How he's talking to people. Talking people out of that much money. Oh, let me tell you something, honey. Preachers are very articulate because we preach, right? We're very believable because we have to be animated. We have to preach with emotion to make you believe the word of God. So he's just taking that same trait and putting it into whatever deals he's trying to get people to make, honey. Trust me. All right, so Juanita Bynum. Juanita Bynum is accused of being a hypocrite for condemning secular music. So this is the notion. Say people don't believe that we should listen to secular music. Now, some secular music I don't listen to because it will make you feel a certain type of way. When you listening to Genuine and you listening to 112 Peaches and Cream, you ain't thinking about Jesus. You thinking about getting into bed and loving on the one you with. Let's just be clear. When you thinking of In Between the Sheets, you ain't thinking about going to church. Because music make you feel that way. Music changes your emotion. If you're depressed, You listening to sad music. You listening to what's that girl that's always Tasha Nicole? Somebody Tasha. You listening to her because she always talking about somebody doing it wrong. Fantasia, you're listening to her. When you happy, you listening to Jill Scott. Excuse me. Living your life like it's golden. It puts you in the mood. You happy. You bopping. You cleaning. You sweeping. You know what I'm saying. Use common sense. If you in a church, you know what I'm saying, and you ain't. If you in a church, you ain't listening to no rap music or somebody getting cussed out and getting shot. You know what I'm saying. If you're, some people elderly, some other people they do listen to trap music. Some people don't. It's their preference. It's about what type of mood you want to be in. What's your thing? What you like. At the end of the day, you got to ask, is me listening to this type of music conflicting in what I believe and in my faith? Is this type of music putting me in a mood to where I was sin against God? That's just the truth, right? That's just the truth all day long. Thank you, lovely. Okay? Even if you ain't in the church, some music you like to listen to, some music you don't like to listen to because it puts you in a certain mood. Some music you can take and some music you can't take. But people in the church are held to a different standard. That don't mean we better than you because we don't listen to certain music. That means our faith teaches us not to allow everything in our temple that may push us to sin against God. So we got to be, and it is that serious. Don't say it ain't that serious because it is that serious. If I'm listening to some Floetry, it put me in a mood that I want to screw. Now, I'm just being honest. I don't have a husband right now, so if I screw, I'm gonna be fornicating. So that means I stay away from Floetry for a minute. Come on, y'all, let's just be real. Now the problem is she preached really hard on this, and somebody caught a video of her dancing to some music. So she done put her foot in her mouth. I'm gonna read the article. This is coming from BLS 107.5 FM. Shout out to them. See, when you preaching stuff, you got to make sure that you ain't that your hands is clean. You know. Now the reason why I could talk about fornication because I used to be a fornicator. I used to screw, and I wasn't married. I was sinning. I was damn wrong. I used to do it so I could talk about it. You know, I done did it. I done smoked. I done drank. I done did all of that. But I disciplined myself and I said, hey, if you're going to really live this thing, you got to discipline yourself and tell yourself no. So I did. And God, and it ain't nothing like God is every day is a struggle for me. This is real life. Every day is a struggle for me. So I'm praying every day, right? The Bible says you got to die daily. You got to tell this flesh no that every day. This ain't nothing, because you say now you're perfect. No, ain't nobody perfect. Okay, so let's go into what this says here. I'm going to have to scroll back down because I done missed something. What did I miss? I done missed something. Okay, here we go. Juanita Bynum accused of being a hypocrite for condemning secular music. Juanita Bynum has been called out by the Twitter after her comments about say Christians listen to secular music. In 2 viral videos, the gospel singer was seen telling churchgoers that they not be saved if they listen to secular music. Twitter was quick to pull receipts on the 63-year-old singer dancing to Mary J. Blige just fine. See what I'm saying? What you say, Rhonda? Peaches and Cream, one of my favorite. Listen, I remember that coming out when I was a young thing. Peaches and Cream, honey, have you somewhere spreading eagle. You understand what I'm saying? Just being real. Now, if I get married, we turn that Peaches and Cream on. And we get down. You understand what I'm saying? I'm with my husband and we in the bed. I'm not gonna listen to no Jesus will work it out. I'm gonna find me something that's conducive to the moment. I want y'all to be real up in this thing. You understand what I'm saying? If I'm feeling happy and I'm feeling like I'm a woman and I'm a successful, I'm listening to Jill Scott, living my life like it's golden. It's not going to cause me to stop loving Jesus. But what will put me in enmity with God, what will put me in separation with God, is listening to music that will prompt me to go find one of my exes and screw them. So I stay away from that type of music. You understand what I'm saying? Let's be real. If you're an alcoholic, you ain't going in no bar. You ain't going to events that sell drink. They teach you that in AA. If your problem is drugs, you ain't gonna sit up in no crack house talking about you just coming to see nobody. Let's be real. So that's the problem. Some secular music, no, saints should not be listening to, because it makes you do things that is against the will of God. Unless you a super Christian, unless you got superpowers that don't nobody know about. Okay, if you're a diabetic, you don't go eat 10 pounds of sugar because it'll kill you. Same way spiritually. Let's be real. That's the problem. Yeah, it affects your mind. Listen, what's that song? I bust the windows out your car. I was broke up with somebody and I listened to that and I wanted to go break their windows out. I wanted to go fight. See, you see what I'm saying? People act like music don't affect you. Oh, that's just music. They ain't hurt nobody. It is. But we don't admit it. Music change our emotion sometimes. You listen to that Floor Tree album. Or them in that they had them black coats on. You going to find your husband and your wife. I want y'all to be real. Okay? All right, so she was listening to Mary J. Blige just fine. Since the video have gone viral, many calling her a hypocrite and now are discussing ongoing issues within the black church. They need to go ahead and have an issue with Juanita Bynum because God's church is going to always stand. Even if the Bible says he's going to have a remnant that's going to still lift the standards of holiness. Okay? His church is always going to stand. It's the people in the church that let y'all down. Have a problem with Juanita Bynum. Don't have a problem with the churches. At the end of the day, the church is going to always be right. The word of God is the church. The word of God does not fail. People fail you, but the word of God does not. Okay, let's be clear. All right. In one of the clips, Bynum said, I want to know what bishop told you that you can still be saved and listen to second music. Who told you that? As the clip continues, fans can hear Usher new song Good Love featuring City Girls playing in the background as she again and she asked again, who told you that it was okay if we would just jam and sing and then sing in the choir? These videos have caused mixed reactions on social media. One Twitter user said that this way was taught in the churches. This doctrine is what I was raised up on. Unfortunately, they teach you this. These Christians who listen to secular music are not really saved. They think they're going to heaven, but they're not. Okay, now I'm gonna tell you something. I have listened to I listened to Jill Scott. I've listened to all of the neo soul because I love neo soul. The Lord Himself, holy and righteous, ministered to me. He did minister to me, and just told me, no, she's not married. She was married, but she ain't married. She ain't married, and her husband done came out and talked about how she used to cuss and stuff. But anyway. The Lord Himself ministered to me and told me and said, you notice the cycle that you go through, certain seasons that you go through. And you notice the music that you're listening during them seasons, and it was a cycle. I'm saying this is for me. This is what was true for me. Certain music was putting me in a mood, in a situation where I would reminisce and I will begin to miss the behavior that I used to do. And I would seek out and do that behavior again. It would cause me to be in enmity with the Lord. So certain music I stay away from because I know how it affects me. Now that may not be true for you, but it's true for me. That's just like certain people don't eat red meat because it messes with their digestive system. It's the same thing. But certain people can't eat meat. What works for you, works for you. What works for me, works for me. But at the end of the day, don't be out of the will of the Lord. Okay? Now, music that promotes sin, bend it over so I can do this to you. You promoting fornication. B, bend it over so I can do it to you, B. God ain't ordained that. And I'm just telling the truth. And people who are not heavily in church, this ain't for you. But people who claim to be righteous and living for God, this for you. Let's be real. You ain't going to turn that up in church. Do the same thing that you would do in church out of church. Now, if you married, that's something different. If you married and you having a romantic evening with your husband, you ain't trying to sing "Here We Fall Down and Won't Get Up." Come on, y'all. Let's be real. You try to have a romantic evening with your husband. But if you single and you got a problem with sex and having sex, you don't need to be listening to music that's going to tell you to go have sex. Yeah, they do, lovely. You're right. You're right. You're right. Some married people listen to secular music, and yeah, if it's, I feel like there's nothing wrong with listening to romantic music and you're married. You trying to get yourself in the mood of love and making love to your wife. Let's be real. I'm saying use common sense. Use common sense, y'all. Don't make it so deep. You know what I'm saying? You should not be listening to a whole bunch of music full of cuss words and you call yourself saved and on the way to church, because we don't talk like that. That's not the verbiage that we use. And I'm not saying if you're not in church, that I'm not saying that you gotta, you know what I'm saying, that people who are not in church don't listen, they listen to rap. I know a lot of people that's not in church, they don't listen to rap. I know people who is in church and they listen to R&B. That's in between him and his maker. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm saying this: profane justing. The Bible speaks against that. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You ask God to lead you in your walk with him, and he will. I know what my custom walk with God is. God has customized my walk with him, and I'm trying to align it with the word of God. However you live your life is how you live your life, but make it make sense. If you are a person of God and you claim that you are a believer of Christ and you are following the principles, you're trying to walk, I mean, like you showing up living this thing, then no, you ain't sitting up listening to a whole bunch of profanity. You're not doing that. You ain't listening to music that promote promoting downing women. You're not listening to that. You're not listening to women to stuff that's telling you to go get high and get drunk. You're not listening to that. That's just it. I mean, that's just what it is. Okay. All right. So those are my hot topics. I'm getting ready to go and share what my big adventure is. But before I do that, we're going to pause for the cause, and the cause is support. Check it out. Amazon author Clayleen Woods has supplied all of your literary needs on Amazon. Whether you are an individual, a woman that suffers from depression or low self-esteem, or if you are a little one that looks like us, that may be experiencing bullying at school, or you just don't feel like you fit in, she has the book for you that will give you the pick you up that you need. You are beautiful, you are special, and you are valued. And just in case your family or society have not told you, she has took on the burden, not even the burden, but the cause to tell you that you are beautiful. You are exceptional. You are phenomenal. Check. All right, check it out. You guys know my stuff is on Amazon. Google my name on Amazon. Listen, I know I'm talking like I don't care, but sometimes I find out I run out of steam since I had this COVID thing. Okay, but anyway, dun 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 dun. My new adventure. My new project is this. Thank you, lovely. My mod, one of my mods, she's doing a fantastic job tonight. I heard that yesterday was mod appreciation day. So guess what, lovely? I appreciate you. Happy mod day. Thank you so much for supporting and managing the chat. I appreciate you, lovely. I do. I Also, outside of having this channel and being an author, I also have a production company. It's called Drama Entertainment. If you want to look at some of my shows that I have produced, you can go to Facebook and search for Drama Entertainment. DRAMAENTERTAINMENT. I have two Drama Entertainment page. One is really old, and then one is the current one. Drama Entertainment. I also attached to that company have a organization called Drama Entertainment Gives Back, where we give back to the community. I try to do it once a year, where we give things out to the community. Sometimes we do it during Christmas time. We attach ourselves to nonprofits, and we clothe, feed, and give families. I haven't did the Christmas thing in a while, so I do want to try to do something this year where we sponsor a family. I think year before last we sponsored a family. We were able to give them furnished Thanksgiving dinner for them, and also give them Christmas stuff, gifts for the kids. So that makes me feel good to give back to the community. We try to do this once a year. I also, with Drama Entertainment, we produce stage plays where we go to local theaters and we produce shows. I have a theater. I have a background in theater. Of course, I've toured the country and I've done so many different productions with individuals locally, and I have done I have done a couple of national shows where we toured the country. So in 2015, 14, I want to say, I what you say, Raina? You put the instrumental to Juvenile, back that up in the church, and you will see a whole lot of truth come out. You better understand. They doing it, honey. They is doing it. Like, come on. People lose their mind. They hear stuff. The organist be slipping up and playing stuff all the time. And the church be looking around like, I know what that is. Like, y'all, come on, be real. At the end of the day, honey, you better, whatever you doing, you better hope and line up with the word of God. Because you got to stand before God. Ain't nobody else going to be around you when you stand. This is going to be you and Jesus. So y'all better hope you don't do what you need to do. Right? But anyway, 2013, 14, I began to write plays and I began to produce them. And we've been doing stage plays ever since. But when I lost my best friend, I kind of lost the desire to do shows, to write. I didn't want to do it anymore because her and her family would support and be in most of my plays, and I just couldn't imagine doing anything with her not in it. So, but the Lord has blessed me to find my place again, and I'm in the process of writing a new show, a new script. I am almost done with it. I was supposed to be done with it Monday, but this long COVID has tired me out, and I'm almost done with the second act. And we will be producing and putting on a new show. I'm giving myself a couple of months. I'm giving myself a lot of leeway to finish it, at least by February. Okay. Yes, it is a hard thing, lovely. It really is, but God has brought me through. So our first rehearsal, my desire is to be the second weekend in September, and you guys will be there. I plan on doing a chronicalizing this process with you guys, where you guys will be in our first read through of the script. BFF, that's the name of the show, and you guys will be there to see my creative process and how we do things. You will see another hat that I wear as a producer. Hopefully, I can get my director, Bertina Marks, on board, but she's so busy. She does movies and all that good stuff. And so she's so busy, but she's the only one that I trust to direct my show. So hopefully I can get her. We will see. But you guys are coming along, and it's going to be fantastic. And you will see what we do outside of being on YouTube, right? Thank you, lovely. Thank you so much. So periodically you will see me go live, and you guys will be in the rehearsals, and you get to see what a gospel play looks like backstage, what it looks like in the beginning processes, what it looks like in rehearsal. You will get a chance to see that. So this should be a treat for you guys, okay? All right. And so the play is going to be called BFF. And I'm giving myself a lot of time to put this together because we want it to be done right. If you want to be a sponsor, be a sponsor. You know, these plays here, it take a lot. Even though they're local plays, it take a lot to get these things off the ground and running. You got to pay for the set, the theater. You got to pay the people. You got to pay for printing. You got to pay for furniture for the set. You got to pay sound, lighting. You got to pay. So I'm gonna be grinding these next couple of months. All right, guys. Feel free to be a sponsor if you want. We need everything. All right. So yeah, that's my new big thing. I'm doing a play called BFF, and I'm taking you guys along on the journey for the show. This should be exciting, okay? All right. So listen, guys, if you love the show, like, share, and subscribe to the show. I am going to lay down after this. I'm turning everything off, and I am going to lay down and get some rest. I'll tell you what I did do today, which was super fun before I go. I watched 90 movies, 80 and 90 movies like Ghostbusters 1 and 2, just to get that nostalgic feeling. And I was relaxing today. I did take it easy, but I did. I watched tons of movies today, just relaxing. And I had a desire to come on here and speak to you guys. And so, hey, here we are. Here we are. All right. So if you want to see more of Queen and Queen, tell everybody you know about the show. And I promise you, we're coming with some fire topics and we're coming with some more content. And guess what? I should have said this in the beginning. Queen to Queen is adding a new feature to our channel. Now, you know we have Queen Please. We have Queen. Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. I got a notification. Let me see what's going on. Miss Raina, thank you for, oh, look at you. Thank you so much, Raina, for blessing me. Thank you so much for cash apping, Raina. Thank you. I appreciate it. Guess what I did? So I turned my notifications on this time because what happens is, yeah, I'm lay down. Okay, yeah, I want to thank you, lovely. What happens is people can cash at me and I don't see it till the next day, and then I can't tell you thank you because I'm not live, but I have your number, so I would have called you and said thank you. You know what I'm saying? But like for people who number I don't have that are supporters, they will cash at me and I don't see it. And then I feel bad because I didn't say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think sending that little heart, it's like thank you, but it ain't like a personal thank you. So I appreciate it. Thank you, Raina. Thank you so much. And of course, this is good ground over here. I'm a woman of integrity. And just like the book said, y'all saw where y'all money went, you know. So you're gonna see where your money go. Okay, I want to talk about. Thank you, Raina. Thank you so much, Raina. Hey, I'm gonna ask you a question. Did you guys go to the Northern reunion? My high school had a reunion this weekend. I didn't go because I wasn't feeling good. Did you go to the reunion? And it was Tanky Poo in town? Because if he was in town and didn't tell me, I'm gonna be upset with him. Was Tanky Poo in town, Raina? Was he in town? I got a feeling he was, and I'm gonna be mad at him. And if he is, tell him I'm mad at him. One more thing before we go. The Queen has Queen Please. You know, that's the gossip segment where we're talking about juicy stories that people have emailed me or I just mysteriously came across and I share with you guys. We're adding a new feature to Queen. Excuse me. And the new feature is this. You know, I have a background in acting, so me and Quine, who have been a part of my productions, Quine Sheila, we are introducing the Hearst sisters. Have you heard of the Hearst sisters? You have not heard of the Hearst sisters. The Hearst sisters are going to be joining our channel. These sisters, all they do is go to people's funerals and they talk about people and they steal the obituaries from the funeral and they share it with their friends. They are messy sisters. They're coming to join us simply for nothing but pure entertainment and laughter. Are these videos scripted? They most definitely are scripted. They're scripted by the best, me. Okay. Did I steal this idea from somebody? I sure did. I stole it. I heard them saying that they were going to add this to their show, and I ain't seen them do it. And also, I'm stealing it. You heard it here first. I stole someone's idea, but I thought it was so funny that I'm just like, I'm doing it because it's so hilarious. Okay, so stay tuned because you never know when the Hearst sisters is going to join you. All right, you heard it here first. Okay. All right, guys. Listen, I hope that you enjoyed the show. Excuse my raspy voice. Hopefully, in a couple of weeks or so, it will get better. The nurse said it could be like 6 months. I said, we're binding that in the name of Jesus. I will not be hacking and coughing for 6 months. We're not doing that. Okay. But I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did enjoy it, tell everybody you know about this show. It's some good, we talk about some good things on this show. Okay. Share. Take a time out tonight and share this show. Okay. This is your queen, Clayleen, say, be great. Bye-bye.